everyone, I'm Allie with the Potomac Bead Company, and I'm going to show you today how to do a stretch bracelet that you're going to be attaching to a link or a solid section. It's a nice way to finish off a stretch bracelet if you're not just tying the two ends together. If you're tying the two ends together, I have another video for that, but basically you string on your beads, tie your two ends together, and you go from there. For this, you're obviously going to need your stretchy string and whatever link you're working with. I'm working with these bowed crystal crosses here that I'm attaching some Czech glass to, as well as some crystals. You're also going to need some super glue. This is super new glue, and this is what I like to use. It's inexpensive and it dries pretty quickly. I have a cutters here to cut my stretchy string. You can also just use a regular scissors. I have my needle nose pliers. These are a bent needle nose pliers. Doesn't matter which kind you use. And then you're also going to need your knot covers here. You're going to need 2 knot covers. Whether or not you're doing silver, gold, what you're attaching them to, that's kind of up to you, but that's going to determine what color knot colors generally that you're going to be using. Again, this is an easy way to kind of conceal your knots and to attach to any sort of link section. That way you don't have a lot of knots showing. The first thing I'm going to do is actually finish off one of the ends. Normally I'll kind of string everything and then I'll go in and finish off the ends. But for this, I'm going to put on an end right away. To do that, I'm going to take my stretchy string and I'm going to go through the back of the clamshell here of the knot cover. I'm going to tie a knot with my stretchy string. So the clamshell is just kind of hanging out there. I'm going to tie 2 and then a third, 3 knots. You want to tie however many knots you can that are going to fit inside that. And you can tell I'm giving a lot of tension on this stretchy string so that way may not stay. I'm going to open up my super glue and I'm going to dab that onto my knot. I'm going to let that dry for a couple seconds. And then once that knot is dry, or right about dry, I'm going to push that clamshell and knot cover right up so that the knot is right inside, hiding inside there. If you want to, you can finish this off, or you can just go ahead and start stringing. I'm going to start stringing, so I'm going to cut apart my beads here, and I'm going to string a bunch of whatever you're doing as your design. So I'm going to do three beads on, then 4, and then 3. And I'm spacing those out with the crystal rondelles again. You can use anything. The example that I have here, I used the Czech glass in a luster color, in the purple luster, and I used some crystals to go with it. When I'm using the bow cross, I like to use some crystals or some bling in the actual band of the bracelet as well, since we are highlighting the crystals of it. But you really can do anything. If I had a little leaf charm or something like that, I could use this same method, same technique. We have a lot of great pewter charms and links that you could use. So I'm doing my design and I'm taking it right up to my knot cover. I'm going to continue with my spacing here of my 4 beads and then my silver rondelle spacers. And I did 3 at the ends just so that way the first crystal isn't as far away from my design. You can measure this out too on a bead board ahead of time if you want. That's up to you. And the size of the link that you're doing is going to determine how many beads you can actually use on your band portion. So I have all of my beads on now, and what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get ready to attach my other knot cover. So the first one was pretty easy because I was able to tie a knot, then put the cover on, and we're going to close it up then once we get ready to finish off. This end here is a little bit harder, but I'm going to put my knot cover on again the same way. I'm going through the back of the knot cover. I'm going to let that drop down next to my beads. I'm going to pull a fair amount of tension on my stretchy string, and I'm tying a knot and pulling. What that's going to do then is relax it a little bit, and that knot's going to go right in there. The first one we did 3 knots. I'm going to mimic that again, tying my knot over top of the other. Again, giving a fair amount of tension and basically getting it right inside that knot cover. So then I have my little section here of my band. Again, I'm going to take a little bit of glue on this second side. I'm going to drop it right in that little hole there. As that one's drying, I'll go back to the first end and attach that first. I'm going to trim down my stretchy string there with my scissors. I'm going to take the loop end of my knot cover and put it into my link. Needle nose pliers, round nose pliers, doesn't matter what you're using, but you want to turn down that link there and that little hook so that it makes a little loop. I'm going to take my pliers then and close up my knot cover right over my knot. So it just looks like a round bead. Go to the other end now. The glue should be dry. It's a fast drying. I love this little super new glue. It's a fast drying glue. I'm going to attach this next one here on the other side. Again, kind of round that out with my needle nose pliers. And I'm going to close up that knot cover. And there you have it. So that's kind of the nice, pretty way to attach to a link rather than just tying on, so you see all the knots that are in the way. And then you see just the little knot cover, which doesn't take away from the actual project when you're looking at it, because it has those knot covers covering up on the stretchy string. And then you really concentrate on your link as well as your band. So hopefully this taught you something about how to attach that stretchy string to a link portion and answer some questions for you. I know some of you have questions about how you would attach stretchy to bead weaving projects as well. This is the same method that I would use for that as well. So if you get a chance to work with some links that you can link into your stretchy, it kind of gives it a fun look, and then it's a nice kind of in modern and in style look as well with those crosses and some of the different flower links and leaves and stuff that we have as well. So if you get a chance, you can also check out the rest of our YouTube videos, which give helpful hints like this as well as some patterns. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can also check us out online at potomacbeads.com. You can go to our locations page and check out all the retail shops. Hopefully you have one near you that you can visit. If you can't visit a shop to get your materials and to take a class, you can also visit us online at thebeadco.com, and you can shop there as well for your materials. So have a great rest of your day. Enjoy playing around with some of the different beading materials that you have, as well as hopefully grabbing some new ones. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy your happy beading time.